here to serve a foreign interest, and I don't care. Because if I take what belongs to me from the government machinery, even from Grts, would we find some? Because all these cameras are mine. Now, are these government resources? The government of the Gambia, the last time the government of the Gambia bought a vehicle for me was in '95. A vehicle for the president was in '95. Since then, I've been buying my own vehicles. I design them. That is why the type of vehicles I have, I design them personally and they build it according to the way I want it. They just want to find fault and say, it's government resource. Even their backers, the so-called observer that came and said they observed, we didn't invite them to observe the election in the first place. So if they write a report, they should send it to the IEC that invited them, not to the Gambia government. We've seen those reports, but we are not going to respond because, one, we didn't invite them to come and observe the elections. It was the IEC that invited them. So if they have anything to say, they should go to the IEC. And if they were also intelligent, before writing a report about resources, they should have asked. And this is what I've always been saying. You cannot observe elections by coming a day before or 2 days before the election. You can, if you want to observe real election, come 2 months before the election, even before the campaign starts, come and see what the people are doing, and you will know how the elections are going to go. But you know what? This is the trend. If their agents do not win, the elections are not free and fair. What I care about is the verdict of the Gambian people. I don't care what they say. Allah is working in the favor of Gambia because we don't need evil people in the National Assembly or any part of the administrative organs of the Gambia government or the Gambian people. So it's good riddance if a dog barks.
Yeah, Your Excellency, my last question, of course, something you did during the presidential elections that really remained the talk of the town, or even been talked about outside the Gambia, was during your thank you tour. You went around and you do not only call on the voters to come out and vote for you. You call on them to come out and vote, to exercise their franchise. And we are heading now towards National Assembly elections slated for the 29th. That's next week, Thursday. What's your advice to the electorate, the Gambian people?
Well, it's the same advice. We are not going to tolerate violence. People are free to choose. You see, there are two things you have to choose from one. Or you have to choose one of them. Those who want progress, go and vote peacefully for progress. Those who want backwardness, go and vote peacefully for backwardness. But if you want backwardness, you cannot intimidate those who want progress or prevent them from voting. That is why, you see, when I went to vote, well, in other countries, you see, people go and vote accompanied by their wives, especially when the wife also is supposed to vote. I went in alone, voted, came back, my wife went in. Did I ask her whom you're going to vote for? Okay, people say, oh, it's obvious. In fact, one of the reporters asked me whether I was sure that she voted for me. And I said yes, because she would not vote for retrogressive people. And this is what I'm talking about. Now, you want to be a president of the Gambia. Do you understand? And you see, Allah is not sleeping. And you defend thieves that have stolen. You are representing foreign interests. You know why Africa is backward? Because most of us are representing foreign interests. If we stand on our own, believing only in the Almighty Allah, Africa would develop faster than they expect. And this is a warning to African leaders. The East is kicking them out. The Arabs are kicking them out of their oil fields and a lot of things. For Africa, the thing is a piece of cake. And for some of us, they tell you, oh, well, you can stay as long as you want, as long as our companies get what they want. They threaten you, they blackmail you. Africans should know that this time around, we cannot go back to 400 years of exploitation of our natural resources at the expense of Africans. We should defend our interests. We should be brave enough to and believe in the Almighty Allah and defend our natural resources. This is how Asia is able to make it up, to the extent that former colonial masters are now begging from former Asian colonies to invest in their country. Why can't that happen in Africa? After all, we have more diamonds, we have more uranium, we have more, whatever you can think of, we have more of that than any other part of the world. But why are we backward? Because of the leadership. They tell you, oh, a villa here and there. They tell you, take more, take more. You go, they take you to places where the cameras are not there and they think we are gone. They encourage you to steal more. When you start going to the billions, they say, yes. Oh, you're doing great. You're a Democrat. You're our ally, strategic ally. They tap you at the back. When you get more than 20 billion, they declare you a dictator. Get rid of you. Your assets are frozen. Even the ice cap sometimes melts. And I see no reason why frozen African assets or third world assets never melt so that those assets are sent back to the countries where they took them from. You see the case of Mobutu. They say when he was dying, he was bankrupt. How is that possible? In 1978, when I was in Forman, Gambia High, there was a poster that said, at that time, Mobutu was the 7th richest man in the world. In 1978. Just a few years, they say he's bankrupt, he's a dictator. The moment you become a dictator, you are bankrupt. They encourage you to rob, and then they counter-rob you. This is what they're doing. Now, if they're not robbing Africa or third world, they know where the funds came from. They say he was a dictator, he stole. What? You know that keeping stolen property is illegal. It's as good as stealing. So if they don't want to be thieves and corrupt, let them send these things back. So these are the agents that they have, because the Gambia, we have a lot of natural resources. I'm not going to go into specifics of it, which they know. But they know that they will not get it the way they are getting it elsewhere. So these are the sort of people that they are sponsoring. Obviously, when they don't win, they will find an excuse for it. So one institution that has never been democratic anyway, which is a legacy of colonialism. That in fact, in order to enhance democracy or good governance in the Gambia, there should be a term limit to the presidency. But they made the mistake by writing a report to me, because I didn't invite the wives to the